Hey everyone, hello. Hope you're doing well. Happy Friday. My name's Audrey. If you're new here, I am a psychic medium. That is true. So know that right up front. And what I want to do today is share with you some information that you probably already know in this case, horrible case. But I want to tell you where I'm at in this case as a psychic. What do I see? What do I think the girls are saying? Are they saying anything? Do I see them? Are they around? And I'll tell you, I do have spirit coming in right this second as I'm filming this. So yes, the girls are around. I want to make some points. If you don't already know, I think it's Richard Allen. I think he did it. He targeted those girls. It was him. I don't know why it's such a hard decision. To me, it's 100% obvious he did it. Well, Audrey, that's not how we run things here in the United States. And if you don't like that, Audrey, you can go. Well, no, I'm not going to go. I was born here. Thank you very much. I am aware of our Constitution, and that is true. You're right. We do have a proper way of running these people through trial and letting the jury pick guilty or not guilty, right? So I'm aware of that. I'm aware of the rules. I went to school. I've been around long enough to know how this works. But you're here to see and hear and experience my feelings, my emotions, my point of view as a psychic. Okay, I'm probably going to say stuff you don't agree with. That's just part of life, you know. I'm sure there's stuff you say, I don't agree with it. It doesn't mean I hate you. Doesn't mean we can't be friends. It's just a different point of view. My husband and I disagree on a lot of crime stuff. I have to say, I think my words have been proven, whereas his perspective as a man, it's not always right. So anyway, I'm not saying I'm always right, but I'm right a lot. And for those of you who know me and have been with me since the Watts case, unfortunately, that's just, that's why I'm here. I'm here because I have things to say from the victims themselves. All right, shut up. Let's get going. Okay. I want to first say, let me just talk. Should I do a live? Do you guys want me to do a live? Let me know. Mendez Brothers, Lori Vallow, Kohberger, Sarah Boone, P. Diddy. Is this garbage ever going to stop? No, it won't. But if we come together as a country and stop tolerating these things, it will at least lessen over time. Let's stop the crazy, I don't even have words for it. P. Diddy, Kohberger, Vallow. Do we understand any of this garbage? No, because we're not narcissists. We are not nuts. We are not evil. So we come to YouTube to find answers because we don't understand this at all. We don't get it because we don't have the minds of a killer, of a sicko. What did we used to call them back in the 70s? Just weirdos. Call the FBI. We got a weirdo down the street. It's just life is different now, right? So I'm tired of just dealing with it and accepting it as our today, this is how we live. There's a lot of things as a Gen Xer, we just have to accept now, right? That's where we're at. We have to accept this people, this, that, and the other. That's fine. But I'm not going to accept this. Murdering. Assaulting. No. Things have to change. Okay. So, again, take me with a grain of salt. I am the salty psychic, and I do get worked up. And I'm not sure if I'm going to get worked up or not. I may, I don't know. But what I want to start with is, yes, I believe Richard M. Allen, the accused in the 2017 double homicide of 2 little girls in Delphi, Indiana, it is my belief that I've been shown he targeted these 2 little girls. How can you say that? He didn't know them. Yes, it's a small town. Everybody knows everybody. Yeah. Okay, we get that. We know that. When this first happened, everyone in Delphi is like, it wasn't one of us because we all know each other, Audrey. It was not one of us. So shut up. Well, I'm not going to shut up. Okay, so let me clarify something with Richard Allen. He wasn't technically a pharmacy technician. I just need to straighten this out because this is a different, this puts us on a different track as far as the relationship of Allen and the girls and their family. So he wasn't technically a pharmacy tech, okay? He had the pharmacy tech license on paper. Yes, he was. Why? Because he was one of the store managers. And as a store manager at this, was it CVS, Rite Aid? I think it's CVS. In order to be a manager of one of these kind of places, you have to have your hands in everything. You got to know everything about everything. Kind of like working at a school administrator. You got to know everybody, okay? So he had that paperwork that said he could be in the pharmacy. He could ring up things in the pharmacy. He can stand behind the counter of the pharmacy and act like he knows what he's doing back there with the pills, okay? So no, he wasn't the pharmacist. He wasn't actually even the tech. He did everything else though around the store, unpacking, pricing, problems with, orders and people and all kinds of different things. So one of the things he did was he developed photos. That was one of the things he did. So yeah, he got to see everybody in the town, what everybody's up to in the town. He started to understand these people, this family, where do they go? What's their deal? What are they into? And as a sick mind, it's not even that he's sick. He's not mentally ill, in my opinion. He's evil. That's my opinion. You can't argue my opinion. It's mine. I'm not going to let you take that from me. Just like I cannot argue your opinion and your belief system. I'll never try and do that. I may think it's crazy. I may disagree with you, but I'm never, ever going to try and shut down your thoughts and opinions. Okay? So my opinion is he's evil. So we start off in court, which there's no cameras running. There are cameras in there, though, just so you know. There's 2 big old cameras in there, not running, no audio that we can have. Now, as a psychic, I need that. I need the audio. I don't even necessarily need the video. I want at least give me the audio, because it was the audio of Richard Allen that I heard when I knew that's the guy. Let me see what he looks like. I heard him before I saw him. I heard him he's the bridge guy, just in case you're wondering. He is the bridge guy. As soon as I heard his voice, I knew that was him. I said, let me see who this is I'm listening to. And I saw him on the bridge, and I'm like, yeah, that's him. That's him. That's the killer right there. There he is. And to Richard Allen and associates, if you are innocent and did not commit these crimes, get on that stage and let's hear your voice, Dickie. Come on, Dick. Get up there, sit down, start talking. Convince me and the rest of the world you are not bridge guy. Oh, but you won't. Oh, okay. Oh, all right. Okay. You guys, start thinking. Open your mind up, for God's sake. So Dickie is healthy and bright, and he's clean shaven. He's got on nice shirts every day. He's taking notes. Oh, he's just a good little schoolboy sitting in that courtroom. You know, we have the girls' families crying, obviously. Were these sticks at the murder scene, where were they the Odinists? Audrey, what's your opinion? You hate religion, Audrey. Are you saying the Odinists did this? No. As much as I don't agree with what this religion is of Odinism, I will tell you, in my opinion, they had nothing to do with this. They had nothing to do with this. I call it as I see it. You know, then we have the magic bullet. Well, again, I'm sorry. This is the smoking gun for me. This is the smoking gun. That bullet came from that man's gun. He's got 25 weapons that were removed out of his home during the search warrant. 25 guns removed from this man's house. We know the jury's asking a lot of questions. I'm glad the jury's asking a lot of questions. They want to get it right. Whether it's what I want or what you want, I don't know where they're heading. Audrey, you're psychic. Can't you just come up with something? Well, I'd love to just go into my search bar in my brain and type in something and bing, get an answer, but that's not how it works. That is not how my psychic powers work. Maybe someone else, maybe another psychic can do that. Good for you. That's not me. My gift doesn't work like that. But when I do get information, a lot of times it's just random. Sometimes I'm kind of meditating and just going about my day, maybe driving and thinking, can you show me something? Can you explain this? Can you tell me about that? Sometimes I get a response. Sometimes I don't. But you know what I want to know? Maybe you want to know this too. What else? What else was found in that home search? Where's his computer or computers? What's on his hard drive? What was deleted? What secret apps does the man have and what's in them? Does he have a diary? There's something missing, because I will share this with you. When I see the girls, and I am connecting with them right now, this isn't the first time I've connected with these girls. Libby says there's something missing. Like, there's something so in our face, and I don't mean me personally, but I mean the people who are doing the investigating and everything, law enforcement, FBI, whoever else. There's something just so obvious that's being overlooked. And I know the one cop, before they arrested Richard Allen, they said, we know you might be in this room right now and you probably live among us, or I'm paraphrasing, but I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. Libby keeps showing me, and I'm going there right now in my mind. So as I'm here recording this in my mind, I'm going to that freaking bridge and the scene of the crime, and I'm looking around. That's where Spirit's leading me to. There's something, and Spirit, Libby, is saying, yes, that's right. Yay, that's where I'm trying to take you, Audrey. I want you to go down there and talk about that, because that's where the evidence is. And Spirit is confirming. Full-blown chills. That's confirmation for me from Spirit. I want to know what else was found. Did Dickie use someone else's computer? Did he have a second cell phone? I want to get down and dirty with this situation. I want the dirt. I want to know, when that raid happened, what was found. And I'm crossing my fingers that they'll get into this in the courtroom. I was surprised to hear that there was no essay that happened to the girls, because most professionals I've watched on YouTube who are professional psychologists, psychiatrists, or whatever, they say this was an essay crime. The intention of kidnapping and doing things to the girls was for essay reasons. So the fact that the essay didn't happen, you know, I know they did a kit, oh gosh, do I have to speak it in French again? Okay. I don't want to make this more confusing than it has to be. There is some SA points. There is some relevant actions that happened between the three of them, okay? This came to me the other day when I was watching a video of a psychologist talk about Richard Allen and what he was doing, and that they did a kit. You know what kind of kit I'm talking about. They did the kit to see if there was any lower abuse. I can't believe this is how we are in America. We got to use, we can't even speak anymore. Just because there was no abuse down below in the genital areas, I'm sorry, there was abuse, and it was between the three of them. I don't even want to say it. It's so disgusting. Things that happened, things they were made to do. I don't even want to say it. I hate saying it. I hate putting it out there. But to announce to the world that there was no essay is incorrect. Okay? My opinion. Let's talk about the cartridge that was found. So, you know, we call them bullets, but they're really called cartridges. All right, that's fine. We know there's a few parts to the cartridge. Okay, let me say this. Listen, pay attention, please. There's a process when police process evidence, such as a gun or a bullet or a cartridge. There's something called tool mark identification. Tool mark identification. And what that is when the bullet makes its way through the gun and out, whether it ends up being a spent bullet or an unspent cartridge, okay, it still gets marks on it. Let me give you an example. If you're at work and you have a copy machine, and, you know, I worked at a school for a long time, and the copiers would get white out on them sometimes. Even a little tiny, tiny speck of white out is going to ruin the next person's print job, because that one little speck is going to cast a shadow on everyone's print jobs. So you got to go in and clean all that freaking white out off, and then start running your copies from there to make it a clean, clear copy. So as the paper, though, is being processed through the copy machine, it's going to get this shadow on it, okay? Okay. This is what happens to the cartridge. As the cartridge, the bullet goes through the gun, the extractor inside a mechanism inside the gun is a much harder metal than any bullet. The bullet is softer, okay? The cartridge is softer than the extractor inside the gun. So it's going to scrape it. It's going to have the same scraping every time. for that particular gun. Every gun has its own extractor with its own print that it's going to leave on every bullet or casing or cartridge. So yes, Audrey, we know about that. Okay. All right. Well, so you can't say, okay, I am for the tool mark identification process. Yes, I agree that that should be used and that should be taken in as evidence, as fact. You can't say that and then 2 days later change your mind. Whether it's a different case or the same case, you can't say, okay, well, now that's baloney. That whole identification process is just garbage. It's crap. It doesn't mean anything. And then you can't go to another case and say, oh, yeah, he did it. And there's the proof right there. You can't change your mind. Either you believe in the process or you do not believe in the process. We've all been around long enough. Guns have been around long enough. We know that this identification process is plenty good enough to identify a bullet found. It matches Dickie's gun. I believe 100%. If I could go over 100%, if there was a higher percentage than 100, I would say higher than 100%. It is with no doubt in my mind and confirmed by spirit that that bullet came from Dickie's freaking gun that was found at his house. For those of you who say, well, he's a troubled man. You know, he was forced to make those 61 confessions because he's being abused. He's being harassed. No, he's not. No, he's not going nuts or crazy because he's being harassed. He's going nuts or crazy because this is what happens when you freaking do what he did. It doesn't sit well with your brain. We're not supposed to do these things. We are not supposed to go around taking people's lives. It will jack you up. Can you imagine doing that? What you would feel like? I mean, it just gives me the creepy crawlies. Like, you know, I can imagine he wants to get out of his skin. I don't know. I mean, ew, God. He's not going nuts because he's innocent. He's going nuts because he's guilty, in my opinion. Don't act surprised that I'm giving you my opinion, okay? You know, we have so many people on YouTube going, well, let's just wait and see, you know, if he comes out innocent or guilty, or not guilty or guilty. I'm sorry. I have my own thoughts and opinions. I don't need to wait for a jury to make up my mind. I mean, yes, listening to the facts is certainly informative. You know, sometimes I feel these people are guilty. Sometimes I feel they're not guilty. Like in the Alec Murdaugh case, I said he's not guilty of killing his wife and son. I know, but he's a murderer, but he didn't do that. Dick Allen tortured those girls mentally and physically. This whole box cutter situation. Okay, so he did it with a box cutter. He said in one of his confessions, he did it with a box cutter. He knows a lot. He's verbalized a lot of things that match up that only the murderer would know. Why? Because he did do it and he knows what he did. And then he went back going, oh God, I changed my mind. I shouldn't have confessed. I shouldn't have said that on the phone. I'm just going to say I was being pressured by the two Odinist correction officers here that, you know, no, I did it. And, are looking at me kind of scary. This is just such, I'm so upset that we cannot be in the courtroom. It is not right. You know, when the Constitution was written, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't have cameras like we do now. So I think some things need to be updated. And I think having cameras on and running should be an absolute 100% must. Must be filming and recording. Okay, so maybe it's not live streamed and it's shown later. All right, that's fine. I'll take what I can get. But I don't need to wait for the jury to tell me if he's innocent or guilty. Not guilty. Not guilty or guilty. But you know, you see these people on YouTube and you know what they think because you've been watching them for years. You know these YouTubers and you know they have an opinion, but by God, they're not going to give it to you because they're scared. They're scared you're not going to like them for having their own opinion before the announcement of guilt or no guilt. How sad is that? Why bother? Why bother coming on if you're not going to give yourself to the YouTube viewers? I mean, you guys don't like me, you don't have to watch, you know, that's you. I'm not gonna sacrifice myself and my gift for anybody. No, I'm not. That's not why I'm here. I didn't come out of the closet as a psychic to keep my mouth shut. That's where I'm at, you guys. Let me know if you want me to do a live. I'm happy to do a live. I have no problem with doing a live at all. So let me know. Okay. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. All right. Take care. Be safe. Have a great weekend.